I just got back from the Binance Blockchain week in Dubai, and it was absolutely incredible. Usually, the conferences I attend are more decentralized, like the WoW Summit or the Korean Blockchain Week. Not only did I meet some amazing people who, of course, are also into crypto, but I also had the chance to see Rui again, Binance co-founder and CZ partner. She even complimented my Chinese pronunciation. Since I started the channel in Chinese, I've made a lot of progress indeed, I have to admit. This video was originally supposed to come out a few days ago, but due to things like my return trip to New Zealand and everything, it's only coming out now. But even if it's a bit late, I had to share all this with you because the information I'm giving you is not outdated at all. We are going to talk about the upcoming bull market, the narratives to follow in the future, and how to position our investments in the right trends. So stick around until the end if that's something that interests you. Let's get started. First of all, the theme of the conference was momentum. We covered a lot of topics about the current market situation, its challenges and the direction for future development. Of course, the challenges the industry is facing today aren't anything new. It was mainly about security, government oversight and regulation, mass adoption, real-world use cases for blockchain technology, limiting the industry's growth in many ways. For example, in terms of security, as blockchain and the entire financial sector develop, our interactions will inevitably require global connections and far more cross-border transactions.
How do we connect the private sector? How do we connect the regulators? And how do we create a safe zone to enable new ideas that can literally go up to decision makers to make policy change? Because as you all know, the biggest bottleneck in enabling innovation is not money. It's regulatory hurdles, because we know there's massive money behind the crypto world. We know there's massive funding behind it.
We are talking about managing massive sums of money, not just billions, but trillions, or whatever the word is for such enormous figures. Issues like fraud, money laundering, hacking, and other risks create significant new challenges that we weren't fully prepared for. Regarding regulation and the future, as Irene from the Dubai Economic Council said, we need to act fast and be the first. Yes, most countries move very slowly in this area and in regulation, but when you look at Dubai, El Salvador, and the US, which just elected Trump, it seems that in the coming years, things will move as quickly as possible. We have to be ready. Mass adoption is also a big issue for the general public. Many people still don't understand what blockchain is and crypto, what is it? But there are plenty of good solutions to this problem. Basically, if you use blockchain in the future, you won't even know you're using blockchain. How many people have recently played little games on Telegram, not even realizing they are blockchain related? As Rui said at the event, soon our grandparents will be able to use these tools, play, trade, and hold wallets without friction. Trust Wallet, they were there too. They are working on a Web3 wallet you can unlock with a single click while remaining 100% decentralized. We also discussed the issue of gas fees a lot. And here's where it gets interesting. In the process of solving these issues, we are seeing a lot of opportunity because we are looking at all this from the perspective of OGs, as investors, not as grandparents trying to make sense of it all. You and I, we already get it, and we are already in the game. So what's worth looking at is how we can invest in all of this. Where is the attention going? Where is the money flowing? Follow the money. So that's what we are going to do today. I'm going to share with you some areas to watch for the futures based on opinions shared during the conference and some of my own thoughts on the narratives to follow. First narrative, and maybe you've heard of this one, it's artificial intelligence, AI. It was a hot topic at the conference. Binance mentioned 3 directions for its future development. First, focusing on core transactions and, user needs, basic user needs. Then, they talk about using AI to reach the next billion users. And third, they talked about figuring out how to do this all while staying compliant with regulators.
And I want to talk about our build in 3 broad categories. 1, what are we doing for the core exchange? The spot, the futures, the earn, the margin. What are we doing to make that be amazing. 2, how can we be of service to the next 100 million, the next 500 million, the next billion users who want to come onto the platform? And 3, last but not least, how do we do this in a way that is compliant, regulated, and follows all the laws in all the jurisdictions where we operate?
And here you see it. They specifically emphasized AI. How they plan to use it to make their product simpler, easier, and to help more people quickly get familiar with crypto. If we want to move fast, it's clear that AI will be essential.
None of this is possible at our scale without AI. If you think about onboarding 250 million people and another 150, another 200 million people, there is just absolutely no way we can do it without AI, KYC, compliance, all working hand in glove.
For instance, AI can help monitor transaction risks and flag suspicious activity automatically. It can also assist in creating educational content, among other things. For us, regular users, AI development is also crucial because it means that in the future, the barrier to entry for most users, it will be significantly lowered. Everything will be simplified. You won't need to understand the technology to use it. Learning the terminology will become much quicker. All of this is very promising. We also had a demonstration where someone was using an AI agent and he just told it, I want to do that. And the AI just did it for him. So we need to pay attention to this AI narrative because it's only just beginning. We are very early. Most projects are just starting to integrate AI, whether it's on-chain intelligence and analytics projects like Nansen or educational initiatives like CZ's Giggle Academy.
About how that technology is integrated into Nansen's platform.
Absolutely. So our domain is nansen.ai. So from the beginning, we've had AI as part of the DNA. My background is in AI. I like to say I was in AI before it was cool.
It's clear this trend is just starting. The future looks bright. I was even surprised at how much remains to be done when it comes to implementing AI in all aspects of blockchain. Almost disappointed not to see more innovations, which just show how big the opportunity is and how early we are in this trend. Speaking of CZ and Giggle Academy, let's discuss another narrative worth paying attention to: education. During his interview, CZ said he would now dedicate most of his time to this project, Giggle Academy.
Yeah, so I'm spending like at least half of my time on Giggle Academy now. And I think it's a super interesting project. And I think it's a super impactful project.
But what is Giggle Academy? It's a digital educational platform providing learning resources to those who don't have access to traditional education.
Yeah, so it's basically a educational platform that's delivered digitally for people who don't have access to education.
I think that whether we are kids or adults, education and continuous learning are significant challenges. And frankly, early exposure to this field, specifically crypto, seems incredibly important to me. When I was in Dubai, I also met Nick from Coinbureau, and he said something very interesting. He said, you need to turn everything into entertainment. I agree with him. I believe that in all future Web3 games, meme coins and projects, we need to pay close attention to this educational component. Many projects with this aspect are worth exploring to see if they are relevant and relevant for our investments too. Personally, I'm trying to find ways to teach my son and daughter about blockchain concept and decentralization too. And at the moment, my daughter Lucy already knows how to trade, of course. She trades meme coins on Base. I taught her a few basic concepts, like withdrawing the principal as soon as possible to minimize risks, stuff like that. She also plays Hamster Combat and watches their short videos like daily. It's pretty good. But I think most people don't know how to teach all this to their kids. Indeed, there are many resources specifically designed for children. Actually, I've come across a few recently. I'll probably make a dedicated video about them soon. If that interests you, make sure to subscribe. But it's still not enough. So, good trend, good narrative to follow. Anyway, let's move to the next trend. Another narrative that deserves our attention, and it will surprise you, this one. It's stablecoins. Stablecoins are clearly the ideal entry point for mass adoption.
Currency there, but stable coins is holding a stable coin, is able to preserve its purchasing power. Same as in all.
For us OGs, we might sometimes question the importance of stablecoins in crypto. Why not just use Bitcoin? We have Bitcoin. In DeFi, we have ETH. Let me tell you, the development of stablecoins is essential for average users. Many people don't understand that the goal is to accumulate more Bitcoin. What they want to earn is fiat money, euros, USD. Stablecoins are the perfect gateway for them into this world. They can slowly get familiar with it, and TradFi, traditional finance, and DeFi, decentralized finance, can gradually blend together. It's a win-win in the medium to long term. And moreover, stablecoins keep diversifying. More and more fiat currencies from other countries are starting to have their own stablecoins. While I was in Dubai, Tether announced that it would issue a stablecoin in dirhams. The Central Bank of UAE had just signed an agreement about this in mid-October. Honestly, it's looking promising and there is a lot to do. So my recommendation is follow the evolution of stablecoins. When you couple that with projects that simplify on-ramps and off-ramps, like Alchemy Pay, or even MasterCard's direct use of fiat on-chain, when you have all that together, we can foresee a bright future for stablecoins and identify, of course, some investments, some opportunities. Now let's move on to the final major takeaway from the conference: entertainment. Entertainment is something you can observe in real time at this kind of events. Everywhere there are games, toys, merch, meme coins, people like me making videos, YouTube videos, others creating TikToks, and so on. I think there is a very close relationship between entertainment and the blockchain world. And I feel like it's not going away anytime soon. The decentralized nature of the crypto industry has also destined it to become a space where attention is king to some extent. Those who know how to capture attention, tell compelling stories, and create good storytelling will inevitably grow faster than others. And the easiest way to capture people's attention is through entertainment, games, and stories. So, knowing how to combine blockchain with that is a key factor in attracting everyone's attention and being a successful project. Gala Wen from Binance made an interesting point when she said, gamify everything. I think this can even tie to, into all the other trends I've mentioned today. Whether it's education, AI, or mass adoption, gamification is undoubtedly a good direction for the industry development. Yeah, while we are on personal reflections, we have to mention decentralization. Obviously, Binance is a centralized platform, and while that doesn't fully align with my philosophy, they are, without any doubt, the current leader among central exchanges. Well, I have to say that Binance, once again, shows us they have contributed a lot to the concept of decentralization. Whether it's education, mass adoption, it's more than I expected. They're also working with certain autonomous projects like Trust Wallet, we talked about before, and Mantra. They invest in some projects. But when I spoke with the people running these projects, they told me that they are still decentralized. They have retained their freedom and independence. And that's great. Binance and CZ are truly inspiring. Yeah, they did a lot for the crypto community. Respect. Okay, back to our narratives. We've covered all these trends that make the future look so bright. But I still have a question. When is the right time? Because that's mid-term, long-term. But I have a very pragmatic question for you, Cedric. The bull market. When is it coming? When should I invest? When will we finally reap the benefits of everything that we've just talked about? Well, don't worry, my friend. At the conference, CZ also shared his thoughts on this. We talked about those, historical cycles. Bear market, recovery, bull market, bear market, recovery, bull market. This 4-year cycle. CZ, like me, believes we are still in the recovery phase of this market this year. He didn't want to officially predict that 2025 will be a bull market, but he did say that if history repeats itself, we might find ourselves in a very promising year in 2025. And I agree with him. But that being said, I think that no matter who says it or when it will really happen, we can only prepare ourselves. And we have to, enjoy the time while we are recovering or when it's a bear market, because what we need to do is to dedicate more time to educating ourselves and observing the market. That way, when it comes, we are ready to dominate the fields and narratives we excel in. And these fields, these narratives I've shared with you today, are here for that, so you can study them, master them, and be ready to act when the time comes. The opportunities are plenty, but if you're not ready to recognize them when they are right under your nose, it's game over. So dive into the narratives you liked today and be ready. Enjoy this time that's given to us. What do you think? What are your favorite narratives? Let me know everything in the comment section. And that's all for today. That's a wrap. I hope this video helps you in any way, and I'll just see you next time. Bye.